What's up, guys? It is John from Side Hustle Experiment. In today's video, we're answering an Instagram question from a follower, and we're going to cover how did you go from $30,000 a month in sales and take that to about 60 or 70K. So let's just get into it. I'm going to read the question. It says, "Hey bro, amazing month so far. For context, I just posted that we did 125K in sales in the last 30 days. I've been watching your content for a while now and always appreciate your honesty about the business. I'm currently around the 30K a month range. That's awesome. And looking to scale to 60, 70K range next. I do a good mixture of products and typically profit in the 13 to 17% range. Any tips that you could possibly share that you did to get those 50K plus months, or is it really just spending more money? I appreciate your time and have amazing rest of your week." Just an FYI, this is a great question that someone submitted. Usually it's how do I start selling on Amazon? This is a very exact question. Like, these are great questions to ask. So here we go. Let's just get into it. So a couple of things. I'm just doing this based on my experience and kind of what I did. So I basically was doing about 30K per month, had my first 30K month, went to 50, did 54, then 52, 72, and now we'll probably do over 100 in sales in the last, for the month, but we've done 125K rolling 30 days. So one thing, off the bat, like, you have to spend more money. That's just how it's going to work. We've definitely spent a lot more money than we have in the past, but I'm also going to cover a couple other things that you could do. So number one, I would say double down on what's working. So you'll probably be able to go through your inventory, analyze it, look at return rate. This was huge for me. We were doing a lot of apparel, and there were certain types of apparel that were getting returned. So I went to inventory labs, downloaded everything that we've sold for the year, and then I divided the number of sales for that specific item by returns and came up with a percentage of how much this item gets returned typically. So what we ended up doing is not buying anything over, I think it was 20% return rate. We tried to stay right around the 10% range. That was super, super helpful for us because now we were buying stuff that really wasn't going to get returned. And we also diversified out into beauty, grocery, and a couple other ones. So find out what's getting returned the most, stop buying that, and double down on the items that aren't getting returned. So for example, if we were buying 50 of everything, instead of buying just 50 of the thing that's not getting returned, we bought 150 or 100. So it made it much easier and quicker because we were able to spend more money, know that it's really not going to get returned, and instead of wasting time, prepping 5 different things, now we only had to do 3 items. So look at that, see what's working, and double down on that. Number 2, we already talked about it. You're going to have to spend more money. Figure out how much you are spending now. I mean, if you're doing 30K in sales and you want to do 60K, you might have to double what you're spending. It obviously depends on your ROI and kind of the price of your items. But you could also, another thing we did, we kind of cut really low priced items. We're really shooting to spend $25 to $30 per item buy cost. That's selling in the $50, $60 range. Higher end products, they don't get returned that often. There's a little less competition in that space. So maybe look for higher buy costs and items that sell for more on Amazon. 3, whatever you're selling, search those categories manually on Amazon or the brands. So for example, if you are selling a lot of, let's say like Adidas t-shirts or something, are there other sizes and colors you could get? Are there other types of shirts that Adidas sell? Does Adidas sell sweatshirts? Do they sell sweatpants? Do they sell socks? Go through and see if one item is profitable. There's usually other items that brand has that is profitable. So I like to go on Amazon and just do it. So if I was doing it for Adidas, I would just do Adidas shirt. All right, so you're gonna click on that, and then maybe the shirt, they're gonna have recommended on the bottom, like everyone who buys this shirt typically buys this pair of shorts or this sweatpants or this sweatshirt or whatever. And you can kind of go down those rabbit holes. So I think that is a really great option, is to just expand what you're buying from the brand as well. And that will definitely help. You know, you have a brand that sells well for you. What else can you buy that that brand makes? And since you already have familiarity with that brand, you could buy a little deeper than you normally will. Number 4, keep test buying. So for us, one of the biggest ways we're able to do so much in fourth quarter is we basically test bought the whole year. So we were buying, and don't be afraid to test buy 3 to 5 items. Like on some expensive stuff, $50 stuff, we'd buy only 3. Test it out, make sure it didn't get returned. If that worked, we went to 6. And then if 6 was good and everything still looked good, we went to 12. And then see how that goes. And we had a lot of success doing that. Pretty much everything we sold in Q4, with the exception of like some hotter toys or Legos or whatever. Actually, we didn't really sell any toys, more Lego. We have sold in the past during the year. So it was really easy to be more confident going deeper on that stuff, because I know throughout the year, we sold about 100 of these. So I'm very confident that we could sell 200 of these. So I had no problem ordering that much. So take that and use that. And the more you test buy, the more you're going to learn about other brands. So it's really hard just to like rely on replenishables. You always have to be finding new stuff. Number 5 is when there's a sale, go hard. There were a lot of days in November where we spent close to $10,000 in a single day. And the next day, maybe we only spent like $1,000, $1,500 or whatever. When the stuff is on sale, you have to buy it. And when a second point to that is when there is a big sale, write it down. Because next year, that was a big advantage I had, was I wrote down some of the sales that happened last Christmas, and I was able to kind of predict like, okay, like maybe we're not going to spend that much in October because we're going to save all this money for November. There are about to be some big sales coming up, and we were able to figure out sales that were happening or coming up, and basically shop as if that sale was going on. So we had a whole list of stuff that we were going to buy that we knew was going to be on sale most likely. So while everyone else is shopping that sale as is, we already have a list. Like as soon as that sale happens, we are buying heavy, or we know exactly what we're buying, and most people are just on the site trying to figure out what to buy. So think about what a big advantage that is, where we already know what to buy. The sale starts, we take 2 hours, like place all the orders, and other people are taking 2 hours just to figure out what's to buy. Our stuff is already being like kind of processed and hopefully on the way to us, while other people are trying to figure it out. And so it's a big advantage. So when there's a sale, go hard, realize other people are shopping that sale as well. But you know, the quicker you are, and that's another big thing, we knew what we were buying. So we could get a 1 to 2 day lead on other people who are just trying to shop the sale that day. Number 6, I think we're on. Review everything you've bought previously. So there's a lot of items. Like I said, a lot of the stuff we sold in Q4, we bought during the year. So a lot of things that maybe the price went down or the item tanked because so many people got on the listing. A lot of the things that we sold, we went back to those leads and we were able to buy them again because 1, they were cheaper because there were sales going on, and 2, the pricing was higher. I have been, I'm sure you have too, you buy something and it goes kind of well, you rebuy it a second time and the price tanks because everyone catches on to it, and then you're like, that product sucks, like I'm not buying that again. But that's what we ended up doing. We went back to a lot of those products, and since we had a familiarity how they sold, we kind of only did, like, instead of doing the test buy we normally do, we basically doubled that. So if we'd buy 6, we bought 12, and then if that went really well, then we'd like triple it. So, but we were only able to do that because we had familiarity with how it moved when we bought it. And really, it was a good product, but the issue was there was just too much supply. And that's usually when products go down. When there's only, 5 sellers on it, there's not that much supply. But when that jumps to 15 to 20, then it's like, ooh, there's a lot more supply. So you're not winning the buy box as much. So there were a lot of listings we were buying where the offer count on Keepa was going down. And before it went all the way down, we started buying. So this way, by the time it started ticking up again, we had more than we normally have in stock because we kind of know how it moves. And 2, our stuff was getting to Amazon while people were buying it at the retail site. So we were quicker to that, and then we just kind of monitored, and we were able to restock probably 1 or 2 more times just because we were quicker and kind of knew how it moved. Last one, networking. I know everyone hates to do this, but it's what you have to do. Kind of just like how you shot me this DM and asked this question. There was just so much stuff this Q4 that was sent to me via friends or people alerting me of sales, and that is huge. During a couple bigger sales, I remember texting with one person, hey, like, check out this set, check out this deal. This person has, they have gift cards on sale. Target's running a sale. Hey, check out Nike, check out this site, and just sharing information. The more you share, the more information comes back to you. I mean, I share a ton on Instagram, and just a lot of people who have been following the journey for the last 2 or 3 years. Hey man, like, there's a sale. Hey, like, thanks for what you do. Like, check out this lead. Like, what do you think about this? And just like people that I've known throughout the year, just sharing great things because I can't buy everything. And for those things that move really, really quickly, I mean, it's always nice to kind of pass along, hey, this is a quick mover, pick this up, like, you're going to do well with it. So yeah, I think all those, if you combined all those, you could definitely get to that 60, 70K range. So yeah, it just takes a while to, test buy everything and kind of go through all those steps to really feel comfortable going deep on stuff and to always have to be, testing new products. And I think as you go and as you test more, you just get more confident in buying. I will be honest, I was really, really uncomfortable with the amount of money we spent in November, but I was just going, following the process, knowing what we were doing, knowing that we bought a lot of these items in the past. I was just like, you know what you're doing. A lot of times during the year, I was like, I think we should buy more. And I was like, nah, like, maybe let's just play it safe or safer. And I was always mad that I didn't buy more. So I finally was like, dude, you know what you're doing. Obviously, you know what you're doing if you're doing 30K. It's just really hard. I'm probably would imagine, you're scared to spend more, and it's totally normal because I was. But it wasn't until I spent more and got really uncomfortable. And again, this was responsibly. This wasn't like I bet like the whole farm. This was like what I, uncomfortable outside of kind of being comfortable. But that's really how you take it to the next level, and get to 60 to 70K. I hope you found that helpful. If you guys want to learn more about selling on Amazon, scaling your business, definitely subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know in the comments what you have done to grow your business, or if you think I missed anything. Always love to hear from you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.